This episode of Logan Chops Reviews is sponsored in part by Ion Games. It's in our nature. The Giveaway Geek. Hello once again. Welcome to this episode of Logan Chops Reviews. We are going to be reviewing Herbaceous today. Herbaceous is a game for 1 to 4 players in which you plant herbs and then you pot them in different sets for your collection. It's by Pencil First Games, and it plays in about 20 minutes. It's really fun. I like it in the regard that you don't have to read. Everything is pictures, basically. So we're gonna go ahead and take a couple look at the game and the cards, and then show you a little bit of how it plays, and get to the review at the end. So it's Herbaceous. So here's the cards for Herbaceous. Of course, the game also includes the rule book right there, as well as a solo variant sheet right there. It tells you all the stuff you need to know about the game. So we're going to go over the cards a little bit right here. You have 7 different basic herbs right there, and you get a whole stack of them in the game, which is really good. And there's the back of the cards you can see right there. I'll set those off to the side. So there's seven different ones, and they're all pretty beautifully illustrated. You've got sage, tarragon, lavender, rosemary, dill, bay, and saffron. And these are made so that you can tell each one apart, because you're going to match sets of these depending on which pot you have. So these are the 7 basic herbs. And then you've got 3 special herbs right here. You've got mint, chive, and thyme. And you can tell the different ones, they have the numbers on them because they count as bonus points at the end of the game. You get this special biscuit card right here, and this herb biscuit will count as 5 points at the end of the game, but it only goes to the first player to score a glass jar with a 1, a 2, and a 3. Because your glass jar, which is the green one right here, your glass jar can only have 3 cards in it. And those 3 cards, they can be any cards that you want during the game. They could be any combination, like one of the regular herbs, one of the mints, and like a rosemary, or one of the regular cards, or 2 of the regular cards. You can have like 2 sage, and then you can have like a thyme in there, or you could have like 3 thyme if you have it, you know. But the first person to put a 1, 2, and a 3 in the glass jar for their set for that one will get the herb biscuit right here that counts as 5 points at the end of the game. So it all depends, but this is the glass jar. I'll go over the jars really quickly. The glass jar, as you can see, it's got the little symbol down here that tells you any 3 cards plus any of the bonus cards can go in here. And they got the little chart on the bottom that tells you what the maximum amount of cards that can go in there is, and also how many points you score for having those in at the end of the game. And a little reminder down here says special herbs plus bonus points. So whenever you're counting them up, you'll not only count how many cards you have in there and get points, like if you have 3 cards in there, you'll get 6 points, but you also get points. If you have any of the special herbs, you'll get points for the numbers that are on those cards. So if you happen to pot 3 thyme in there, you'll get 6 points plus all the points from all 3 times. So that'd be 9 extra points. You would get 15 points for having that in there. The glass jar is also the only jar that you can pot your special herbs in. Right there. You can only pot them in the green jar. Right there, the glass jar. The other jars we have is you have the large pot right here, where you can put singles of the same herb in there. So you can have like 5 rosemary, or you could pot like 7 dill, because you could have up to 7 cards in there. So whenever you take the cards from the community garden and your personal garden, your private garden, you put as many of the same herb in there. But you gotta remember that once you put herbs in there, you can't put anything else in there. So that counts for all the jars. Once you pot on your turn and you put them in there, you can't put any other ones in there. So now this one is the wooden planter. It's purple, and you put singles in there that are not the same. So you can put like 1 rosemary, a sage, a bay, a lavender, if they're on the table, and you're like, okay, I'm going to put those in there. And then they get locked in and put in there. This is 4 cards, so you say put them right there. So you can see 4 cards are going to count as 8 points. So they're singles. There's no pairs, none, no doubles or anything like that. That's reserved right here for the small pot. The small pot is where you could put pairs in there, as you can see in the little symbol there. It's got 2 leaves and 2 little bush. So you put like 2 rosemary, 2 lavender, 2 dill. You can sit there and you put the pairs in there, and it tells you how many cards total. So it can take 12 cards in there, so that's 6 pairs of different herbs in there. And then we've already gone over the green, the glass jar right there. Now you also get these little sticks right here to say private garden. These go on the table to separate between your private garden, which will be towards you, and the community garden, which will be in the middle. You go ahead and just set it there on the table to separate out. The game comes with 4 of those because it's for 4 players, and also comes with 4 sets of these, and these little instruction cards, 4 of these here, that show you on the back what each container does, and it says like special bonus special herbs can only be planted in the glass pot down there. But on the other side, it also has the turn structure for the turn, and that's good. You just keep it right next to your pots, and as you're going along, you remember the turn structure. You can also flip it over if you can't, if you don't remember what the little icons on the cards remind you of. You say, oh, okay, that's what goes in there because it has a little word description of what goes in each pot. You flip it back over to the turn structure. Yeah, so let's go ahead and get to the gameplay. Alright, we got everything set up for Herbaceous. You got your private garden with your pots. I got my private garden with my pots. We got our deck of cards. We got our herb biscuit. Tasty. And our little cheat sheet cards here if we need them. So to start out, we've got the deck all shuffled up. But for a 2-player game, you have to take out 24 cards. Randomly, off the top of the deck. For 2 players, 3-player games, you take out 12 cards. 3-player game, or 4-player game, sorry, you leave everything in there. So let's go 24 cards. 2, 3. 24 cards. Alright, we will not be using these. We'll be throwing these back into the box. We're not going to look at them, because they will significantly reduce the amount cards we have to play with and to make our pairs or whatever for our pots. Alright, so now we got to see who goes first. Oh, man. Okay, so Gothy is going to go first. So at the beginning of your turn, you can choose to pot any herbs that you want to, but obviously at the beginning of the game, there's no herbs out there, so we skip that on the first round. Okay, so go ahead and choose your first card. So whenever you start out, you pick the card, and you have to choose whether to put it into the community garden here or your personal garden. Like you see, Gothy's putting it in the community garden, and then the next card she draws goes into her personal garden. Alright, so now it's my turn. So let's see, I'm going to draw. See, I will put tarragon in my personal garden right there. So the second card I draw will go into the community garden for anybody to grab for pots. Okay. So we're just going to play a couple turns here until we get some stuff into some pots. Let's see how it goes. Saffron.
And saffron.
You're going to go saffron over there? Awesome. Let's see what we got here. Say some dill. I want to throw dill out here in the community garden. So the next one will go to my personal garden. Oh, it's another tarragon. There we go. I'll pass play deal.
Lavender.
Lavender. You got Bailey's over there. Okay, let's turn over my first one. What is it? Oh, some more saffron. Where do I want to put the saffron? Put the saffron in my personal right here. So the next one will go into the community garden. Or the sage.
More saffron.
Saffron.
More tarragon.
Yep. Alright. See, some Baileys. I don't have any bay yet, so I'll keep those on my side. And then, ooh, a chive. Chive is one of those special cards with the 2 on it. More bay leaves. And what goes in the community garden for you? Lavender. Right. say some bay leaves. Yeah, I'll put them out here. And then next one will go into my personal garden. Oh, rosemary. Awesome.
Saffron.
Saffron for you. And then into the community garden.
Mint.
Get some mint. Ooh, mint. Alright, I'm going to move these out. We're going to make some more room for another row here. Because we're getting a lot of stuff in the community garden. So go ahead and let's see. Oh, some more lavender. I'll keep lavender on my side right there. And the next one will go community garden. Oh, some sage. Sage out there.
Okay. So I'm going to go...
So at the beginning of her turn, Gothy is choosing to pot. Okay.
1,
Okay.
2.
So it looks like she's doing pairs.
3.
So separate pairs of stuff. Yeah, for your small pot.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
5 pairs. Do you want me to count them?
Mm-hmm. You're not going to take the lavenders? Or saffron? Or do you already have
saffron.
saffron? Do you have saffron? Oh, okay. Yeah, saffron.
Put it right there.
Alright.
And then...
And then you still get to do the...
lavender.
Mm-hmm.
And, lavender.
Hey, lavender's everywhere. Right. Let's see. I'm going to go ahead. Let's see what I get. So rosemary right here. Let's put the rosemary out there. And then this will go to my personal... Oh, some saffron. Hey, saffron. I'll start doubling up my cards here to save some space. Alright, then it's your turn.
Time.
It is 10:30. Oh, not that kind of time. There we go. Deal. Alright, let me see what I want to do. Getting stuck by choices. Choices. Yeah, I think I'm going to, do some pairs myself. I'm going to pot myself. Tarragon, saffron. I'm going to take a bay from here to add to my bay. Take a rosemary to add to my rosemary. And then lavender out of my lavender. And we're going to pot those all in my small pot myself. So there's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 cards right there for my pairs. They're doing me, me points. Alright. And then we'll go ahead and go to, let's see, Bailey's. Ooh, do I want to keep those myself or stick them out there? I'll stick Bailey's out there, and this one will go. We got lavender in my personal stash right there. Yep. Okay.
OCD.
OCD. You down with OCD? Oh.
Put rosemary out here.
Mm-hmm.
Bailey's in my...
See, there's some more dill. Put dill right there. And we'll put bay into the community.
My turn?
Yep. I was wondering when you were going to grab those. So Gothi's going to grab the mint, the chive, and she's got the thyme from her own to be able to put them into her glass jar, which can hold any 1 through 3 herbs, the special herbs. And then she'll get a bonus. She will be able to take that herb biscuit to add it to her side for an extra 5 points.
Yep.
5 points. All right, and then you still get to do planting. Lavender.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Hold on. Yeah, I think I'm going to go ahead and pot at the beginning of my turn. I'm going to take my lavender, dill, take saffron, bay, tarragon, and a rosemary over here. Yeah. to put into my wooden planter. It has to have all different herbs, and this is only 6 herbs. We can hold up to 7, but let's get those right there. All right. And once you pot, of course, you can't pot anymore. So let's go ahead and turn out. We got some bay leaves. I'll keep bay leaf right there, and some more dill. You like to have them straight. There you go. Okay, go ahead.
Time?
It is 10:32.
Thanks.
Okay. Let's see, some tarragon right there. Let's go ahead and throw that tarragon out there. And in my personal stash, I will get some sage myself.
Deal. And chive.
Chive over there. Okay, because I'm not sure what is left in here that I'm going to go ahead and pot these right here. Chive and thyme. But it's just the 2 of them because I don't know if I'm going to be able to get that one there into my glass jar. So I won't get any the biscuits, since she already has it. But then we still get to go over here and do this. So let's see. Rosemary. I'll just throw rosemary out there. And we'll be saffron in here. All right.
So you just keep going until the cards.
Keep going. Yeah, we don't have any more, but you gotta be able to pot your plants right there. So you get to pot all the dills.
Yep.
All right. There. Okay. And then it goes to my turn. I will take these 3 with my bay leaf right there, and I will pot there. Now all 4 of my pots are done, so that goes over to you, where you just got your wooden planter. So for each separate one, 5. All right. Okay.
Here we go. 6.
Because the last one you had now.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm not going to grab that one because I already have a lavender.
Yeah.
I just forgot to actually put
So all the other cards we have in play from our stuff will count as nothing, as well as the ones in the community garden. So then we total up our points from our pots and see who won. Let's see. I've got. Yeah. Oh. Quick total up here. Also, yeah, we're getting stuck on some math right now. I'm pretty sure I have 47.
Okay. You count these ones individually.
Yeah,
right?
the number of cards and the bonus points
okay,
you
so
get
then
from
I have
there.
63.
Okay, 63. So Gothy wins once again. Herbaceous. Let's go ahead and get to the review. So the good about Herbaceous is that it's a great family game. It's fun to play. It's a great set collection. You know, the illustrations are beautiful. It's easy to understand, easy to play. There's not too many complicated rules. You just slap the cards out on the table and go. It's fun time. The bad is that it's over too quick. I wish it went on longer, which isn't really a bad thing. It plays in about 15 or 20 minutes, for a whole game. But yeah, I wish it was more an expansive game. I know they got Herbaceous Sprouts that was on Kickstarter. That's more of a dice placement rather than cards. So I'm excited to see what that one looks like. Get a copy of it to do a review of. It's a great game. Go ahead and check it out. It's Herbaceous. Oh, and I wanted to mention, we kind of messed up on the point scoring at the end of the playthrough. I forgot that each of those cards, I had 2 cards left over. Each one of them also counts for a point on my side. I know I put them out in the middle with the last card of the community garden. And Gothy should have grabbed that lavender from the community garden rather than using her own, because that last lavender that she would have had left over would have counted as an extra point on her side, making her total 70, I think. I think she had 69, if I remember correctly. She would have had 70 points. I had 57. I would have had 59. What are you flashing me? How many?
Oh, I had 63.
63. Okay, she would have had 64 points at the end, and I think I had 57. I would have had 59 points. She still would have won, but it's all those little extra points that can make a difference sometimes. So it's Herbaceous. Go ahead and check it out. It's by Pencil First Games. I'm Logan for Logan Chops Reviews. We'll see you next time. Happy gaming.